guys?
Are we live? Is it going live?
Yeah,
Did it do it?
Are
we
it's live
live?
now.
We're
Yeah,
live?
it's live
There
now.
we go.
Yeah.
We'll do it live.
We'll do. I know that reference.
Maneuvering.
Hey, I kind of. Yeah.
Maneuvering.
Hey,
Right.
Todd got his camera landscaped. There we
Look
go.
at that, right in
Hey.
time. Oh man.
Third time's the
Todd,
charm,
that's
Todd.
impressive.
Congrats.
Oh, this-
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Hey,
Let's
and
make Nathan
you know what?
uncomfortable.
Oh no, this doesn't make me uncomfortable, man.
Oh,
The
Manuminati.
Manuminati. The
Oh,
Manuminati.
My
Yeah.
friend. My friend. Hello,
I
everybody.
remember Manuminati. Guys, we don't have
Yeah.
Matt here tonight, but we got damn, I gotta figure this point out. We got Manu's here. 9.9.
Thank you for
'Cause
having
this
me,
is-
guys.
This is episode 9.9. Dre is
Somehow.
here. Dre,
I
say
don't know
hi.
if that means it's episode 10 or 9. But
Hi.
congratulations on the
No,
episode.
it's 9.9.
Yeah, we
Alright.
can't. We don't round here. This isn't a grading company. We don't round up. So
I can dig it. Donnie boy, what up?
Donnie Boy's in the chat. We got Shane is in the chat. He said the one time he shows up early and the show
Shane,
starts a
hello.
little bit late. But you know what, Shane? You're not alone with that. Old man Joseph Reed, he showed up early in the chat as well. And he's
Oh,
usually
man.
a few minutes
What
late.
the
too.
hell?
So,
Joseph Reed, my man.
someday.
All right,
how's it
so
going? Welcome.
is it time to sell? Are we ready? Is this?
Did I get
Are we
this
ready to
tilted
sell?
again?
Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, you did get tilted again. I think it's just the gyro. So wherever you had it before worked out great.
Oh, that's
But
weird.
Paul, we got your guy on the wheel, Paul. Human Torch is on the wheel, my man. So
Todd,
we're gonna
nice
see
to meet
Todd's. Yeah, got Todd's mug there. We got today. We got Gordon Wills is on. Mr. Munshaw,
Hello.
Art of M2. He's here. Todd is back. Todd Beats, welcome back.
What's up, guys?
And,
What's
we were gonna have Brian Machelski, but they had an emergency that they have to take care of, so they weren't gonna be able to make it tonight. Nothing super serious like with anybody individually, just stuff that they have to take care of. But thank you guys all for joining us, Manu. It's nice to be able to co-host with you. I'm sitting in a garage right now getting a tire changed on a trailer. Dre's sitting in Canada, I think. Dre, you're still in Canada?
Yeah, I'm still in Canada, baby.
All right, there you go. Dre's still in Canada.
I'm
of course,
in Toronto.
You're not in Toronto.
I'm not, but we don't need anyone to know that.
I was like, did you take a screenshot of your room and bring it with you to use as like a virtual background?
It's
That way,
AI.
no matter where you're at,
Canva.
you're always at
Canva.
you're always at home.
Canva's
There you
always
go.
learning. Canva knows it's just AI.
We got this here for you guys again. So the chat rolling there. So no matter what channel you're watching on, you guys can see the collective chat there as that streams through. Artists, let's go over our rules real quick. We got two 15-minute halves. We're going to spin the wheel, get a character. We do have a wild card on the wheel as well this week, where the artist will be able to pick any character that they want off the wheel if it lands on that spot. All kinds of really nice ones. Some that I don't know, which I don't know a lot of them. Manu, we're going to see if we can stump you with a few of these characters.
Oh, you're gonna stump
This
me. I
week,
know
so.
4 characters. That's it.
Venom, Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Miles.
And
You know
Venom.
more than
That's
that.
it.
And
That's
yeah, so and then Ghost Spider,
Black
you know
Cat.
more than that.
Anything with a spider in it, I might have some familiarity.
You just put Spider in front of anything else, and it's there. You
Yep.
got a character. Yep, it
Correct.
exists. So
Yeah, there's a universe for everyone.
yeah. Gabriel Stockton's in chat. Welcome. Gabriel's been
Good
doing
evening.
some stuff for MentorCon too. Real quick, shameless plug. Dre's nice enough to have the streamer going down here. 2 weeks, guys. A little less than 2 weeks. June 21st, June 22nd, mentalcon.betterworld.org. We got tons of auctions up there, more going up over the next couple weeks as well. So be sure to check those auctions out. Helps us raise funds for mental health awareness and Luke's Purpose, which is a wonderful charity. Raj, what's up, man? How you doing? Let's get our wheel up here. So again, two 15-minute halves. Artists, so everybody will start with their pencils down. Once we get the character established, we'll give you a couple minutes to get reference. And then you're going to go ahead. We'll start the timer. You'll get your 15 minutes for the first half. We'll stop. We'll talk about the pieces from each artist in between and while we're doing the sketching. You'll have a second 15 minutes. We'll talk about it at the end. Just have general conversation and see what we come up with. So
Friend.
on our wheel this week.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I'm not ignoring you guys. Nathan is. So let's just let him get all the rules and stuff out of the way. He's all about homework. He's all about assignments and spreadsheets. And then we'll say
know
what
me.
up.
That's
Fire,
right.
what up?
Exactly. Yeah, I'm the very much analytical, straight to the point type of person here. So we got Shatterstar, Captain America, Erica Slaughter, Darkwing Duck, Raptor from Jurassic Park, Sonic Hedgehog, Black Cat, Deadpool, Superman, Scooby-Doo, Cyclops, Poison Ivy, Red Sonja, Adam Eve, Velma, Conan, Pigman, Godzilla, Ghost Rider, Billy the Kid, Domino, Human Torch, and Wildcard and Gordon picks. And we have Rex Splode. And then we started with Shatterstar. So Gordon picks is going to be Gordon. He's going to pick everybody's character. So and then Wildcard is you get to pick whichever character you want from the wheel. So now Manu, you knew.
And no anti-venom.
Manu, like, he probably knows like 5 characters on that wheel. I almost guarantee it. So
yeah, is Pigman real?
Well, yeah.
He is now. He is now.
Okay.
Raptor from Jurassic Park.
The Pigman's for Tony because that's part of his mythological creatures release was Pigman.
Is it? Oh, okay. Shout out Perna. Are we talking about Perna? I don't know.
Perna. If you say his name one more time, he'll show up in chat. It's almost guaranteed.
If you whisper it, he shows up naked.
Well, it gets a little crazy at that point in time. So
he sent me a picture of knits because I asked for it, not knowing what they were, and well, now I know. So don't even worry. Okay, carry on.
Everybody that gets a sketch card from Tony gets some knits. So
yeah,
no anti-venom. Yep, exactly. Yeah, no symbiotes today. So we're back on track with the rules. So where's the
symbiote free zone?
It's a symbiote free zone. Yeah. Man, bear, pig. See, Raj, there you go. Man, bear, pig. Exactly. All right, chat. We need a number from you guys less than 10. First number we see in the chat is the number we're going to randomize the wheel. So get us a number as soon as you can. Tony's always at least half nugget. Where is Manu's pen and blank? Yeah, he's got to fill in for Brian. That's the rules. Guest host fill in for the missing artist.
I got it.
All right. Best stick figure of the night, right, Manu?
That's right. You're never gonna find a better stick than mine.
Dre.
Yeah, I feel like we should have went through the rules before.
Yeah.
Okay, nobody's picking numbers, so we're gonna go with 6.
All right. Hey, 6 was the first number that came up too. Look at that. And sketch cards were put it out there, and so did Dre Studios.
So we're gonna
6 randomization.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Click to spin. We'll pick a lucky character. Maybe take a couple minutes, let everybody do a brief intro. And
Get there! Not gonna get there.
Where is it?
Poison Ivy. Poison Ivy.
We've had Poison Ivy before.
Well, I didn't put Poison Ivy on the wheel, so if you feel that we did do Poison Ivy before, so technically she's not supposed to be on the wheel. So
that is
you have to
true.
run over and respin.
Well,
Dre, that's your fault.
I'm not drawing. It is my fault, and I'll take it's my bad. But Todd, Munshaw, Gordon, you guys okay with it, or should we spin again?
I think we should spin it again, but that was one of my choices, and I wouldn't have picked her if I had known. I didn't, Dre, you should have.
I forgot. I screwed up. I'm sorry.
All right.
We're going to spin again.
I'm okay with spinning again. Does everybody want to spin again?
Flag on the play. Yep. Chat's
All
even
these-
saying spin it again.
Remove
All these
Poison
mistakes, you guys are
and
going
spin
to lose
again.
all your corporate
See,
sponsorships.
I feel like Joe is one of those guys. He's all on board for spinning again unless it involves the symbiotes, and then just leave it on the wheel.
I'm with Joe.
All right, where we got? Oh yeah!
Billy the Kid. Come on, bro.
Yes, I win.
I feel like Billy the Kid's actually a really great wildcard one as well because, Nathan, to your point, do whatever you want, put a cowboy hat on it, right?
Pretty much, yeah. You could create whatever character you wanted, throw a cowboy hat and a scarf on it, make it look a little Wild West-ish, and roll with it. So
yeah, I'm down. So
right,
I think everybody needs a couple of minutes to figure out what the hell they're going to do. If you want to, maybe do some brief intros of the artists, if anybody wants to say anything or not.
Yeah. So if we want to start with Gordon in the top left of the screen there, Gordon, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? I'm sure a lot of us already that are watching know who you are, but give us a brief rundown.
All right. My name is Gordon Wills, and I do sketch cards. I've done a lot of sketch cards for Upper Deck, Cryptozoic. I've never done any work for Tops, but post a lot of my art on my Instagram and Facebook at Art of Golden Wills, and I like to do a lot of superheroes, but I really have started to get into painting watercolor and stuff like that a lot. So I've been enjoying doing that lately.
Very cool. Very
Excellent.
cool.
Let's go. Who's next here?
I think
Munshaw.
Michael was next. Yep.
Oh, no, hang on. I almost kicked him.
Oh, am I
No.
supposed to like say
No.
something then?
How do you not make solo?
I think you just got to change it back and then drag and drop the new one in there. I don't think they have a quick way
Okay.
for not having solo.
Yeah, I almost kicked him out. Go ahead, Michael.
Oh, so I'm Michael Munshaw. The reason I'm here is I'm just the enhancement talent for Gordon and Todd to make sure that I make them look good tonight. So that's my job. As long as one of them comes through, then I did my job as the enhancement talent tonight.
Does it come in a purple suit?
It can, if you want me to. But yeah, no. So I've been on here before. Everybody knows that. Anyway, so sketch card artist, work for a lot of companies, do a lot of different things. How about that?
Excellent.
And
Next up.
last but not least, we just drag him up. Oh, look at that. That works. Todd.
What's up, guys?
That's probably done a sketch. Oh, no. How do you be done a sketch right now?
So what am I doing? I'm telling you guys who I am.
Yeah. if
Everybody
anything you
knows
want
who
to
you
share
are.
with us.
Yep. Who you are, mother's maiden name, social security number, address, and phone number, please.
Gotcha. My name is Todd Beats. I'm a freelance comic artist. You can find me on just about any social for Todd Beats: Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Most recently did a badass Battle Beast cover. I've got Battle Beast 3 coming out. What's the other one? Exquisite Corpses will be out in August. And then there's another one that I can't talk about that should be happening soon. I like doing sketch cards and general commissions for people. I do all my work live on YouTube and whatnot. And I'm here to destroy all of your egos.
Very nice. Very nice. A few of them can be shattered. It'll be all right. So
M2 was talking all kinds of trash today on the post, so I had to. We'll see how that turns out for him.
You didn't like my Steiner math rant?
This is Steiner math. Yeah, your Steiner math was fantastic. I loved it.
Todd, may I ask you a question?
Of course.
Where does beats come from? You have previous production, music history. Where's the beats come from?
Yeah, actually, I've produced
Nice.
a dozen or so albums, mostly of instrumental music, but I've done hip hop stuff. I had a hip hop duo that I was in back in the 2012 era.
Dope.
But the guy that name actually came about because a buddy of mine introduced me to a friend of his who was an MC, and we started working together, and we eventually became a little duo called Noise of the Nameless. And we would produce, I would do primarily the music and the recording. He was primarily the MC. He would play guitar. But anyway, his wife came over after 6 months or 8 months or something like that at some point and met me, and we're sitting there in the kitchen, and she goes, I just think it's so cool that your name is Todd Beats and you make beats. And Greg and I both looked at each other. We were like, what the hell are you talking about, dude? That's not. And we're like, what? And she's like, you make beats and your name is Todd Beats. And eventually we figured out that Greg had saved me as Todd Beats in his phone.
Yeah.
And it just kind of stuck. So.
And then you found out that Greg's wife goes through Greg's phone, which is
yes.
No, but that's cool,
Hey,
Todd. That's dope.
Hi,
That's
Relis. Relis is in chat again today. Jordan, what's up?
Oh, Relis.
Welcome in. All right, artists, how are we feeling about our Dre? What's the word I'm looking
Billy
for?
the Kid.
Yeah,
Challenge.
Billy the
Looking
Kid.
good.
It
We
sucks,
feel
but
good.
we'll do it.
Hey. I mean, we could draw Venom for the 800th time.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to avoiding that one too. I do plenty of Venoms.
Manu's like, yeah, please, let's
I
do
voted.
that.
I was voting. You know.
I voted. Yeah. All right. Let's get the timer going here. Timer 15 minutes. All right, countdown.
Are you good?
You want to run the timer? If you can run the timer, that'd be great. Because like I said,
yeah, I run the timer. Baby.
Yeah, because like I said, I'm gonna have to pop off camera for a couple minutes while I get this all situated here with the shop. So,
okay.
So Dre, just go ahead and give them a countdown. Let them know when you're ready.
And okay, everybody got their pencils down. Todd, you got to put your pencil down. There you go. That's the only way we know that you're ready. Yeah, it's okay. I'll let it happen again.
I see. I'm waiting for.
Okay, everybody ready? All right, 15 minutes starting now.
Boom.
All right. I'm waiting for Gordon to just go ahead and throw the cowboy hat on his already pre-drawn character there.
I'm trying to figure out. I don't know what I want to do here, so this is going to be a challenge.
Dude, this is amazing. We actually get to watch the beginning of the idea, like
yeah, the whole concept, like the different way. Yeah, like you get some people will go just straight up like start drawing the circles and everything, and other people they do like Gordon does here with like the actual layout lines of the character themselves, and
yeah,
and then getting to see like all the different ways that they do it, because you have Gordon here's doing more of a zoomed out approach, and you have Michael's doing more of that close up upper shoulder head approach here, where he's not using too much space. He can focus more on the details of the face and the hat and everything. And then you have Todd is actually going like a half body here.
This is probably a mistake, but we'll see what happens.
What's interesting with this challenge is because it's not a pre-established IP, right? I think this is the first time we've had just like, here's an idea.
Yeah, it's a historical figure. So, I mean, you're able to just kind of do something with this person. And this is like an area where I think an artist like Ash really kind of excels, because he can take that and make that character turn into almost anybody, right? Aurelis, they are drawing Billy the Kid here tonight. Is Gordon just on a sketch pad?
Should we?
Oh, I haven't switched to my card yet.
Oh, so you're just doing like the preliminary on your sketch pad, and then you're nice.
Yeah, because I wanted to kind of figure out what I wanted to do first, but that's gonna, I think, end up hurting me.
So Gordon is taking the approach of measure twice, cut once, and this is his first measurement at the moment.
Yeah, if you guys ever watched Gordon's Whatnots, this is what the way it works. He does a rough sketch large and then tries to reproduce it on a card.
Ladies, Gordon is married.
Yeah, clearly.
Just in case you didn't see.
Right.
Jordan says now he needs to go check, see if he has any Billy the Kid sketches from the 2022 Upper Deck set. I didn't know that he was in a 22 Upper Deck set.
Me either.
Is there a Billy the Kid character, Marvel character?
I don't believe so. Jordan, what set specifically are you talking about there? There is.
That wasn't Ride Kid?
Earth 616.
Your screen share is not up, Dre.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I'll just let you do it. I hit the button on accident.
Oh.
No, that was me. My bad.
William Bonney. That's weird that they were able to get him turned into a Marvel character. Now, there's got to be like restrictions around the licensing on that, right? Like
there's no licensing domain. It's historical figures.
Yeah.
There's no likeness. Like, I'm sure he can't look like the real one, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Paul says Jordan has a bunch of the 2022 Upper Deck. Oh, the Gaudy Wild West. Okay, yep, that makes sense. Yeah, I was thinking more like maybe a Goodwin's Champions set or something like that is probably what it would have been in.
Nathan, you buy any $100,000 items in that auction?
Well, we weren't getting any interest at the $2 million price, on the Pickle Rick, so we dropped it down. We figured we'd just start it where everybody else does, see where it ends up at. I think it's deserving of the $2 million bounty that was on that. You know, given what a banana taped to a wall went for.
Right.
This is actual art. And if you really wanted to eat it, you could dump some pickle juice on it or soak it first, and then mouth chow it. But no, I've got some bids on some stuff already, and see, I'm a little advantaged on a lot of those pieces because I get to see them before they even go onto the website. Everything goes onto the website, so nothing gets held back. It's just I get to see them ahead of time.
No, and I want to apologize because that's not what I was talking about. But it's good to hear you go in that direction because I remember the pickle drawing. So that's great. But I was making a joke about what everyone was all invested in terms of interest, the recent heritage auction with all of the art and so on and so forth.
No, so Manu, you know me enough that you know that there's only one person that I buy.
Domino.
That's right. Only one card that I buy, and that's Domino. Yeah. Right. But yeah, I have no interest in those. For some people, it'll be interesting to see what that stuff goes for.
Oh shoot, it went. It went.
Oh, it's already done. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you had had zero interest. You were like,
I had no interest. No, I did. I mean, I think I watched like 5 minutes of one of the streams, and that was about it. I was like, they're talking about heritage auctions. I'm out. So one of the collectors, one of the bigger collectors, Steve, right?
Yeah.
It was his collection. Yeah, he had a bunch of stuff on heritage that was getting auctioned off that ended recently, apparently. So,
yeah. But it was fun to watch. It was fun to see what some of the pieces did. My favorite piece, a lot of people's favorite piece, was the 1994 Hildebrand Spidey from 94 Marvel Masterpieces, and I had some guesses in that. I even had some bids in that, but my bids were just for fun. My bids weren't going to win. My bids were like 15,000 and stuff like that. After fees and everything, I might have been around 20 or something. But that was not close.
Now, how many books did you move in order to put in your bids?
Oh, none. I didn't.
Okay.
I knew I had no shot of winning. I was just like, I want to have a high bid for a moment, so I threw in a couple.
He's just raising the bid.
Yeah,
well, that's what happens.
That's what happens with the sketch cards, though. So I was, I had plenty of room to accidentally try to win it, but I thought it would go around 50, maybe give or take a few thousand. And I said to some people, if it hit 75, I wouldn't be surprised, but I wasn't anticipating it. And I didn't think it was the season of six figures, but it did do 81,000, which is quite impressive. And I think that piece deserves that respect, and I love to see it. But there were a lot of pieces in that auction that didn't resonate with me. That was one of the few that did.
Yeah. I mean, this happens, not so much debating like those crazy numbers, but like with the sketch cards, there's plenty of people in chat. They like reach out to the artists while they're drawing the sketches, slide into those DMs. They start putting those numbers out there. Like, hey, would you take this? Was this one good? And then you get somebody else slides in there. So they're like competing against each other, trying to get the sketch cards here from Sketch Card Wars.
Right.
Emperor Oval, what's going on?
What's up, Em?
DMs are open. DMs are open.
Let's
go. Yeah.
So it's interesting to see how everybody's tackling this, because Todd's going like really fine detail, it looks of it, and then Munshaw's like, I don't know how to make them not big. Oh, there we go.
There you go. So if you use the fourth one in, Dre, where it's the big head and then the two small heads, then you can just drag and drop the cameras when you want to make that one bigger. Nope, this one.
Yeah, okay. That's so much better.
And then you just drag, like if you want Gordon on there, then you would just drag Gordon over top of Munshaw and it'll switch them.
There's a joke there somewhere.
No, there's not.
Yeah, there's just so many jokes.
No.
It was completely unintended.
Well, Monster's on the full head, and he looks like he's done his inks. I have a feeling he's going to pass some color in there.
And I like to see this. Michael's going with the traditional, one of the very few images that exist of Billy the Kid. He's going very traditional with this one.
Oh, is there likeness here? I don't know what Billy the Kid looks like.
Yeah, there actually is a wanted poster of Billy the Kid.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
He's a goofy looking dude.
Yeah.
Oh, I see a chat from the Card Collector Show. What up, my man? I see it on the screen. on top of my face. And that's my fault because I'm the one that always begs for this chat. And of course, when the chat gets here, it covers me.
It's very tough. It's very tough because we need to create like an overlay or something. And then
but I feel
that
bad
way
now,
it's
Nathan. Don't do that. Switch us back. Switch us back.
no, you're good.
Back.
You stay right there. Because if I have to pop off camera, I'll still be here on audio, and then you'll be behind the words a little bit more. So,
well, Card Collector Show, what's going on, my man?
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Gabriel here says, who on here is selling their bad sketch cards on eBay with like a jokey emoji? Now that makes me want to explore a different conversation. But is that an inside joke? Because there's a lot of bad sketch cards out there. Is it? I thought maybe.
Oh,
okay.
I think he's kind of actually asking, like, I mean, he's got the laughy on there, like, hey, I've got some that I kind of goofed up too. Should I be listing these and trying to sell them? And I think there's a place. There's plenty of people that collect all kinds of sketch cards. So
I mean, a lot of the bad ones are
a lot of
mine.
it.
Oh, Gabriel's asking who as artists are selling their bad work on eBay. That's what he's asking.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, that's even better. That question opens up a whole can of worms I'd love to get into. Oh, that's a good one. That's even better.
Under an assumed name? Is that what he's asking? Like with a fake name?
Oh, I like that idea.
I don't know.
I joked years ago about doing like really goofy ass cards and signing them Timmy, but I never did do it. Timmy.
That's a dump and dump. Like you make trash art and then sell it. That's a dump and dump. Easy. Okay.
The dump and dump.
No, yeah, I'm sorry. It shouldn't take that late for someone. Thank you for being so kind and humoring me.
I can't help wonder, like, did you have that pocketed for like months and just waited for an opportunity to say it?
No, Dre, that just happened. I
don't know. It just seemed a little rehearsed.
No. Well, I'm good at stuff. So it ends up sounding rehearsed.
Okay. That's fair.
Knock on wood. I shouldn't compliment myself. That's terrible.
I'm good at stuff.
Not at drawing, though. Not at anything like that.
Not this stuff.
No.
Munshaw just plowing through it. 3 minutes, just over 3 minutes left in the first half, gentlemen. Munshaw's at the colors.
I hate this.
Who said I hate this?
Nobody.
Perna's here with the knits. Perna has brought his knits to the chat.
Great. How do we ban him?
It's fantastic. We need to make a special emoji for that. I mean, they exist, but more deep, custom. It was me, Fire, pulling. I did it.
So how's everyone feeling about this challenge? Todd, I'll have you up on the solo view now.
I would have liked not this guy.
Same.
But I've got enough portrait experience that it's like whatever, we'll figure it out.
Are you regretting going 3/4?
Nah. Don't want to go too easy on myself or anybody else. We'll see how it turns out.
Like you always talk about how much you enjoy challenging yourself. So there you go.
Yeah, it's we're here to have fun, and I don't know a ton of Billy the Kid collectors, so I'm not sure that anybody's going to buy this regardless. So for me, it's like, let's see what we can do in this short period of time.
The kid just ran out.
And hopefully it doesn't turn into too much of a dump and dump.
It's gonna be a thing, isn't it? Gordon, how are you feeling?
Not great. You know, I'm kind of regretting saying we should respin. Maybe I should have
Should have stuck to
more.
the poison ivy.
Yeah, or just maybe I don't know. Maybe made a different suggestion.
Yeah, why was this guy on the spinning thing to begin with?
Because Nathan
We
picked
had
him.
two. No, well, we had two. I can't remember what two of one character. Then we had to change it to somebody else, and Nathan's like, "Give me the kid." Here we are.
That's what you came up with, Nathan? Out of anyone you could replace anyone with?
Yep. Yep.
I mean,
I'm here to challenge these artists, not to give them these fluff characters like Venom and Spider-Man that they've drawn 800 billion times.
Yeah.
So I'll be honest. I don't hate the choice. It's just it's the setting. Like if I was doing this to where I kind of had a little bit more time to explore what I wanted to do and spend some more time on it, I would have, you know, that's where my
time's up.
Issue arrived.
Half time. Start, guys. Pens down, pencils down, markers down. Michael.
Time is up.
So we're at the 15-minute mark. Michael, I have you up on the focus. If you want to share your thoughts and how you feel.
Oh, well, I'm just going for the typical just headshot. Trying to get some color in here, and then I'll hit it with the black inks and add the detail, hopefully, to it if I got enough time.
That's another 15 minutes to go. So I think you're ahead of the game right now. Let's go back to Todd.
Killing it, bro.
Todd's almost done.
Yeah, I'm doing.
Really
I'm actually doing Emilio Estevez, or at least a sort of from Young Guns back in the day.
Oh yeah. Okay, I see it. Yeah, it's gonna make you famous.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a great movie. So you think you're gonna go full color in this?
Gonna try. We'll see how much. My inks are almost there. I could probably add in a couple shadows and stuff, but I don't want to get too caught up in the inks if I'm going to add some colors. So that's kind of what I'm strategizing next.
And let's see, Gordon started coloring. You can shift yours down with pad. There you go.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's going. I spent a lot of time trying to figure out what I was going to do before I started, and I still don't know what I wanted to do. So I just kind of was like, all right, let's just do something.
Dumb. But to Nathan's point, like do anything and put a cowboy hat on it, and you can call it Billy the Kid.
Yeah. It's true.
That's lazy.
That's lazy. You could venomize it. Venomize it. Nothing wrong with that.
Wow.
Yeah. You guys, Mano, any questions or feedback to the group? You want to throw any wrenches in here?
But did you direct a question at me?
Yes.
What was the
question? Any questions or feedback, or did you want to throw any wrenches in their plans?
No. I'm gonna let the guys do what the guys do, and then how do we pick a winner? Do we pick a winner? Does the chat pick a winner? Do we? What do we do?
Well, everybody's a winner.
Everyone's a winner.
Yeah, we'll see what.
Everybody's a winner.
Of course.
But we'll see at the end. Everybody's going to have a favorite, right?
Everyone.
And,
I was just wondering, are we all friends here, or are we honest? That was the question I was getting at. You know?
A little bit of both. It's a little bit of both.
All right. Punches get pulled, but no, just teasing. I'm just teasing. No, I'm enjoying the process. I don't have any questions, and I'm just trying to keep up with the chat, see what our friends are saying.
Anything juicy in the chat?
No, the nits have come and gone, and I haven't seen anything like that since. Emperor Ovo says I'm a toddler.
He is a
Todd, is
toddler.
that like is that your fan base? They're called
Yeah.
toddlers?
Yeah, if you come to my show on a regular and you're a fan, you're a toddler.
Todd,
I
that's
want to be a
amazing.
toddler.
Isn't that great?
A toddler. Oh, that's
Team
hilarious. I love it.
Yeah,
that
and then I
sounds
have
fun.
Todderators that help monitor
Do you
the
have
show.
toddler stickers hanging out?
Oh shit, that's good.
That's the best.
Yeah, it's absurd.
Michael, do you have a name
Dude.
for your
If,
people?
oh,
Do I have a what?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm thinking about restarting.
A name for my people? Yeah, it would be called my family.
No, like for your fan base, like Todd's.
Oh, I wasn't really aware that I had a fan base, so there is no name. So
Yeah,
okay.
I'm the one. I'm the only one, Dre. It's me. I just.
Oh, so it's Gordon. Got it. Okay.
hey, Todd.
I do know that Lucy Wills is a fan of mine now. So.
She sure is.
So early on, Todd said, he challenged everyone. He said, I'm here to hurt your guys' egos, right? So a lot of confidence. He has a fan base. He has toddlers. He has a following. And so something occurred to me. If Todd is challenging you in something, his fan base and his talent, the Todds are against you.
The Todds are against you.
Yeah.
Add that to the list.
Well, at the very beginning, I did say I'm the enhancement talent here. So I'm just here for Todd and his fans to berate and to put me down, and then to put the babyface Todd over. So
that's right.
Against all Todds.
Hey.
Wow.
Round of applause for the guys.
All right, and Gordon, your people are just called melons, right?
Yeah, they dropped the melons. Melon Squad.
Okay. Melon Squad, that's the one. I need that.
Well, now I feel like I got to come up with something clever down the line here to call people that
the Munchies.
The Munchies.
Branded it for you. No Munshaw. Perna branded it for you. They're the Munchies. Done.
The Munchies. All right.
Okay, so
little stickers to hand out with your cards and stuff at the expos and stuff, Michael. So then you can be like, here you go. You're now a Munchie.
I love it, dude.
The Munchkins.
Okay, or the Munchkins. Yeah, that's another good one. All right, guys, if you're ready to go, put your pens down, and we'll start the. Okay. Just assuming pens down. Let's go. 15 minutes starting now. Good luck. May the force be with you. If Joey Lee Cabral comes on, his people are OnlyFans.
Joey's my guy.
One day Joey will join us.
He said he would. Yeah.
Yeah. Nathan, you got your tire all sorted out?
Yep, tire's all fixed. Good to go now. Now, who was saying that they wanted to start again? Was that Gordon? Gordon, did you say you were going to start over?
That was me. I think I am.
And he did.
I just didn't.
Can you slide the one that you started on?
Looked.
Can you slide the one you started on over to the left a little bit, just so we can see your preliminary as well?
The preliminary was kind of closer to this one, but I did not like the way it was going, and I really only have enough time to kind of do a closer view now. So, God, I just didn't like it, and I wasn't feeling it.
You can't second guess yourself, bro. Just gotta go.
Well, if you remember back in the golden age of Sketch Card Wars, when it was just some random stuff on Facebook groups, Gordon always got assigned to 2 characters.
Yeah, that's true.
Because he was so fast. So everybody had to do 1 except Gordon, who always had to do 2 of them. So,
Gordon and Brian are very quick as far as getting these done. And
hey, Joey Lee's
the first time Brian was on.
Hey, Joey, what's up, dude?
Joey
Joey has entered the chat.
Well, they can't say the second part anymore, right, Joey?
Jesse Todd's breaking out color. I like that. I like what you're doing with the lighting. You're gonna leave that white, or are you gonna add some color to that?
This will probably stay white up here.
Okay. Good choice. Is that?
Let's see if I
like
can
a
do this.
sampler marker? Todd,
What's that?
why is your marker so small?
They're called Olos.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
They're fairly new, but I've been using them for close to a year now. You can basically mix and match your individual colors, so you can actually make them. You don't have to keep them like this. You can connect them together. They have little connectors, so you can make your own.
Oh, okay. So you
steps.
can have like a mid tone and a dark tone attached together, so you don't constantly switch markers.
Correct.
Okay, that's cool.
I keep them all separate still, but
Are
that
you a
is
fan
something.
of those? I've been considering just kind of getting some of those because I like the idea of being able to save space with that. Like I'm trying to pare back. At one time I was just like building my marker collection and it kind of got a little too ridiculous. And then like if I ever wanted to travel and bring markers, I was always like, okay, well, what do I bring? And now I just kind of want to just pare it down and have a smaller selection just so I don't have to think about it too much.
Yeah, they're pretty handy. They have some cool features. They claim that they're they're a little more expensive than Copics, but they supposedly get about twice as much ink. And they do tend to cover really, really nice. So they disperse ink really, really nicely.
I need to check some out. Gabriel says snap Lego markers. See how Gordon says, oh, he's moving a lot faster on the second round.
Well, I know my back's against the wall, and also I think I'm a little more happy with this idea, so it's a little easier.
The concept and the placement of everything with the character.
Yeah.
So did you see that they're? I heard you guys mention that they're doing a third, or that the Young Guns movies. They're doing a third Young Guns movie at some point here in the future, where they're going to be focusing on the Brushy Bill Roberts character.
Right on.
Not really Young Guns anymore. It's going to be like old, dusty guns, but.
Yeah, I guess technically those guys are all old and dusty now, right? But I guess it's supposed to be like after Pat shoots him, and showing like Brushy Bill Roberts' storyline and how he was Billy the Kid, or at least presumably Billy the Kid.
Yeah. Bring back every franchise or any IP that made monies in the late 80s.
That's what we do.
Yes.
Gordon, I got to tell you, that was a winning switch up. That thing's coming along nice.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I feel like I'm still going to go with the darker hat, I think, because I fucked up the placement. But
Old Guns.
Part 2, Son of Guns.
Joey wants to know about the Olo markers. Do they have different nibs? I'm assuming he's asking if it's just brush nib or do they have different types?
Yeah, they have chisel and brush.
Chisel and brush, okay.
Yeah, you can get either.
And Gabriel, Olo are alcohol-based markers, not water. Though they may have. Do they have water markers as well?
I'm not sure.
I'm digging the lighting, Todd. That's nice.
Yeah,
nice
Todd.
Sunset going on in the background.
Thanks, man.
You know what? It's the color palette as well. It has Mobius feel. with the kind of pastel soft colors, but still a lot of value. Am I saying that right? Is it Mobius?
We got a time check.
Brittany, what's up?
7 minutes 40 seconds left.
Oh, okay.
Mobius, yeah.
Ooh.
Todd has a way with his angles and like like the folds in the clothing or even in the suspenders, the way that the angles hit that just really resonate with me. Like, artists have a way of doing things that I don't know how to put words to it. You just see it and you're like, ooh, how does that brain work that way?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
You're just like, that's it right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all trying to figure out how my brain works, I promise. my wife especially.
Chris, what's going on, Chris? Crumbs Art in the chat there.
Crumbs Art is Chris. What's up, Chris?
Chris, a good dude.
Welcome.
Let's see how Michael's doing here.
Yeah, Gabriel,
Very
those folds
nice.
are pretty sharp. They're pretty sharp.
Looking good, Mr. Munshaw.
Oh man, that thing came to life. Wow.
What's our time check?
6 minutes 20 seconds. Plenty of
Left?
time.
Yeah.
Left, yeah, left. Gordon can
good.
probably start a new card.
You're right. Everybody is a winner. How are you supposed to pick? My gosh.
Wait, Dre, did you want me to start another one?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you could do the Raptor from
Gordon's done already?
Are we
I think
really
I
gonna
gotta.
get to
No,
do the
I'm
Raptor?
not. I'm not done.
It's kind of funny because at halftime, Michael seemed to be kind of the farthest ahead. Gordon was a close second, but then he started over, so he doesn't count. And then Todd looked like he was still inking, but I would say at this point, I think Todd's the furthest out. Michael second, then again Gordon started again, so he's catching up fast. So.
Right, but I think like you said, Michael was the furthest along in the first half, so he really has a lot less to do, so we can focus more on the very fine details of the card, which takes a little more time involved in it, right?
Well, from past experiences on this, where I've tried to do more, I've gotten my butt whooped, and knowing coming into this that if Brian was here, Brian and Gordon are very quick. So even coming into this, I knew I had to do something simple that I could do it quickly to even compete with these guys.
Doesn't sound like something enhancement talent would say.
Exactly. As the enhancement talent, this is what I have to do. I know my role, Gordon. I know my role.
Character, and you can do whatever you want with it and turn it into Billy the Kid, right? Doesn't have to be exactly him. But I admire the fact that you guys all went for the actual person itself and tried to do a take on that versus some other character and just turning it into a Western.
See, my first instinct would have been to do one of the kids from Rugrats with the cowboy hat and a like, big ass.
Chucky
shooter.
or Tommy. Yep.
Yeah. That. Wow, just really great choice.
I wish you would have said that.
Gabriel asked, what surface is everybody using today?
He did?
Yeah, so Gabriel is a watercolor painter and watercolor and gouache. I think he's kind of more asking about the paper stock.
Oh. I'm just using some ultra smooth cardstock. These printed trading cards, but nothing too fancy.
Fabriano Studio Watercolor Hot Press.
Good choice.
And then the second question for the artist from Gabriel was, do you guys charge less for black and white than full color question. And then with that, do you charge the same if they're the same size?
I generally charge more for color than black and gray, because there's more things you have to, like, instead of rendering everything with one color, you have to do values for multiple colors. So I don't know how. I mean, everybody's different, but I charge more. And then size is definitely relevant. I generally have size pricing, but if somebody, my variation would be like, if somebody wanted Master Chief, fully rendered versus like Spider-Man. So if I have to do all kinds of additional values and shapes and all of that stuff, I've got to charge more. I don't know how I wouldn't.
So it depends on the complexity of the character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think that you're really genius if you have a flat pricing scale. Transformers are 20x up.
Yeah. Just over a minute left, gentlemen.
Woo! Holy.
One of these guys could just start really mad.
It's really crazy to see how Michael's portrait just popped once he started doing the inks and adding some more lines.
Yeah.
It's got so much more character.
Yeah. The shading on the hat and everything. The hat's super cool. Yeah.
Okay, almost up. Time's almost up. Get your final touches in. Tony, we'll answer your question shortly.
What's Tony's question? How much do you charge for knits?
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. All right, everybody, put your markers down. Put your. Look at that. Oh, Nathan's back. Who wants to go first? Hey, Todd, I have you up on focus. Looks great, man. How do you feel about it?
Me?
Yeah, Todd.
Oh, I see. Sorry, I see Gordon up on.
Yeah, Gordon's on the screen.
There might be a little bit of delay on YouTube.
No, it's a StreamYard issue then.
No? Okay, hang on. Let me put Gordon
Okay,
back.
I see Todd up there on my phone, but I see Munshaw on YouTube.
Okay, let's just reset it. All right, Gordon.
Now I see me.
Gordon. Yeah. Okay. Let's see, and now do we see Todd?
Damn, Todd, that's dope. What's that?
Yep.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah, I mean, I would have liked to get a little more time to get the values on his face a little more accurate, get those shades and stuff closer. Same thing on the shirts and stuff. But considering this is, what do we do, 30 minutes?
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it.
I know, there's nothing stopping you from
What's that?
finishing off enough. There's nothing stopping you from putting more time in it if you want.
Yeah, of course.
It looks great.
It does.
Yep.
Yeah, great choice with Gabriel's setting as well. The blue contrast of the gun against the yellow background. Really
Thank you.
Good call.
No, it looks terrific, Todd. It really does.
Thanks,
Very cool.
Thanks, guys.
Tony wants more tumbleweeds, though. So FYI. All right, Gordon. Let's see if you're going up.
Yes.
How do you feel?
I feel okay. I feel much better than I did at the 15-minute break. That's for sure. I just didn't like my original idea. It wasn't something that I feel like I got time to kind of do what I wanted to do. So I just started over and kind of went to something a little simpler. And I think it worked out better.
I think it came out nice. Yeah.
I like it. I still would like to see what you do with the other one.
I think
So
I
you
would
did all
redraw
that
the other
in
one
in the second
again.
15 minutes, Gordon?
Yeah.
Where's the first one?
The first one? Oh, I don't even want to show it. I don't like it.
Hey, bro, that's awesome for 15 minutes.
Thank you.
Both of them, honestly.
They're both really cool.
Captures a great expression. You could tell he's like a cool guy that'll shoot you.
Okay, and Michael, let's see. Oh, hang on, I can't. Hang on. I can't grab Michael because Minu's on top of him.
Excuse me?
Oh, there we go.
Phrasing.
Michael.
It was
Nice.
consensual.
Yeah, again, I just went super simple, and the fact that Gordon did a second card and completed it within 15 minutes shows why I chose to go super simple with mine. Because it took me every little bit of the full 30 minutes to get this far. And then he and Todd just kind of go, here we go. And then there they are with their cards. So
Yeah, but
that's the reason I had to go so simple is I'm so much slower than those guys.
like if you stared at mine long enough, it's very sloppy. You just can't tell right away because it's hidden. See, yours you had a lot more detail in there than mine, so I think you should be very proud of it. It looks really good.
Started the second card at the very beginning. How much detail would you have been able to gotten in?
I don't know.
Get it.
Get it, got good.
I don't know.
So yeah, so I just think that being on this previously, I just come into it with the mindset of you only got 30 minutes. You're not going to be able to replicate work that I do for card sets or for commissions. It's kind of a different style, and it's just as fast and as simple as you can so that you can complete it within the time.
It looks great. I don't know, like there are three equally accomplished pieces, totally different styles. I don't know if I have a favorite or if I can pick a favorite. Manu, what do you think?
You're right. They are completely different styles. They're each impressive. They all represent greatness in the style that they do. I've never experienced anything like this. I've never seen three guys whip something up and then it'd be good. So everyone's a winner. You didn't lie.
Hey.
Sorry. Three-way tie, yeah.
Three-way tie.
What do you think?
I like all three of them. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
Okay. I like all three, but if I was like gonna pick one to like put in my collection, it would be Todd's piece. It's just more Western, and it's not like Michael's piece looks really good. I think it's overall, I like Michael's overall work better, like the style of work. But I like the fact that I haven't really seen this pose that much from Todd, and that's what I like about that more so than the piece from Michael. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, for sure.
It does make sense. And Nathan, I'm going to jump in as well. And I mean, we all know Todd is the greatest thing since sliced bread. So everyone's going to pick Todd. You know that, right? I learned that early.
Well, that, and I want to get one of his sketches so I can say I'm a toddler. So
yeah, it sounds like I've got a couple new toddlers around here.
Yeah, no. I just wanted to say there's something about Todd's piece that does resonate with me in terms of his style, and it has a lot to do with the way that he does his angles, like the way that he's slouched over. It's a unique sort of position, and these things. There's something about Todd's style in this piece that is I'm not comparing to anything, but it gives me a comforting reminiscence to something that I grew up appreciating, or a certain style of art that speaks to me. So if I were to make a PC collection choice, then I perhaps would be going with Todd's as well, if that were what we were doing.
Right. Yeah. And
Very cool.
that's like a couple pieces of, so to add a new artist to it is always a nice addition.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
I love the background on Todd's too, and the lighting and everything. That really sells it.
right on.
Thanks, fellas.
Let's see the comments. It's Furnace says a 3-way tie. Broman says it's rigged. I don't know, because bacon's in the rig. I don't know. Emperor Oval says he's ignored about Gordon's first sketch, so I might have missed some comments there. Yeah, great. Seems to be the kid from Todd is more action sketch. I remember from the movies more. And Gabriel says takes it back, Todd. It doesn't look like Mouth from the Goonies anymore. It's like, that looks like Mouth from the Goonies at the beginning. But someday says do. Yeah, and I see it now that it does have a little bit of a
see it now.
to it. I see it now that he mentioned it.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't unsee it.
No, now you gotta
Well,
send it
I
up
don't
to
have
sign.
him doing the Michael Jackson dancing that he's famous for now, so that's good.
Oh gosh.
My goodness.
Right on. Well, I don't know unless anybody has some closing remarks. Guys, if anybody is interested in any of these pieces, reach out to the artists. All the tags should be in the description down below on YouTube. Hit up the artists, and Manu, thank you so much for taking the time for joining us on this.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Wait, the show's over?
It doesn't have to be over.
It's over.
The wheel again? Like, what is this?
We can spin it.
No, I'm not the artist. They've already exhausted. They're exhausted. They've done their work. They've shown us their talent. I guess it went by quick. I was just surprised. I just looked at the time. We've been on for an hour. I didn't realize. My goodness.
Yeah.
Wow, that was fun, guys.
See, that hour flies by. You think you got plenty of time to do a sketch card, and you really don't have any time to do a sketch card.
Guys, that was really fun, man. I really appreciate you guys letting me be a part of it. Todd, Munshaw, Gordon, it was incredible to watch. It's been great to hang out with you guys and talk to you guys, and hopefully we continue to get to know each other. But, dude, that was awesome, man.
Hell yeah.
It's great, yeah. Nathan, any closing remarks?
Gordon can't stop drawing.
I gotta go drive some more. So.
Gordon's like, it's been 2 minutes. I gotta draw something.
Yeah.
Encore.
Start
over with Gabriel.
I mean, I'm down to battle again. I think we could spin that wheel again if you guys want. It's a special episode, right?
Guys.
Yeah.
The next one's the big one, right? Number 10.
Yeah, number 10. We'll see when we do number 10. Maybe there'll be a Mental Con edition on the 22nd.
Yeah, we're talking about doing a Mental Con edition. Yep.
But yeah. So sorry, who said that they're down again? Was that you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Michael, Gordon, you guys want to go second round?
I got time.
I don't know that I can because
I have a time.
They're all going to be. Yeah.
Well, send them away, and I'll do one by myself.
There you go.
Hey, Todd, you want to stay on, and we'll spin the wheel, and you can go solo. I'm down.
Yeah, dude, let's do it.
And I know you got to drive.
Yeah, I got to bounce, but I'll have you guys on watching while I'm on the road. So.
All right, cool. I'm here. I want to see what Todd whips up. This is fun.
All right, Todd, do it up, man.
All right, Todd, do it good. I gotta go.
Okay,
Thanks,
all right.
guys.
Let's,
All right,
let's,
everybody
Good
have
night,
a great
everyone.
night. Thanks again,
Have a great
Dre.
night.
thanks, Michael. Thank Gordon.
Yes, thank you guys.
I've been doing remarks and sketch covers like crazy for the last 2-3 weeks. So the fact that I'm getting to draw something that I hadn't drawn is
You've been doing, because you did, what did I see you working on? You're doing that tiger thing, right? A lot of remarks on what's it called?
like the Battle Beast.
Battle Beast, that one, yeah.
Yeah, so
You're doing remarks on that.
that's the cover. There's remarks.
Oh,
I've got
sick.
I did 5 of these today. Then we did this little 4-spot remark. And then I did this one, and I've got to do like 30 more in the next few days. So, and I'm probably done 100 in the last 2 weeks. So the fact I'm getting to draw something else is like a breath of fresh air.
Fair.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. I lost the wheel. Okay, so here's the wheel again. Let's just see what happens.
Please don't let it be anything lame, otherwise I'm leaving.
Yeah, we got
Well,
to hear
it's just you, so if you don't like it, you can. Oh my God, it's the Human Torch.
Okay.
Where is he? Where is he? Did he leave? Pulling fire?
What? No, did he? Oh no, he's here. He's here.
Oh, he's there. There you go.
Perfect.
Okay.
Todd,
Who's
how do you
here?
feel about Human Torch?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, well, shit, let's go.
What's special about Human Torch?
There's one collector who's. Oh, go ahead, man.
Oh no, sorry. I'm Pulling Fire is a Human Torch fan, and he's with us in the chat earlier today. He even made a reference to it. A Human Torch Spider-Man, when we were talking about putting Spider into any character, merging the two, and I might be familiar. So he also made a Human Torch reference earlier. So I think this is perfect, actually.
Hell yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Great. Dre, where are you, and why am I half of the entire screen?
So I'm at home, and if I turn my webcam on, it just shows a green screen. So
Okay.
I'm just behind the scenes. I don't know
Well,
what's
shoot.
going on. Maybe we can restart.
It's all good. I'm cool with it. Pulling.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, the two best looking guys are on the stream right now. So
I'm competing with Todd. I lose. That's just how it goes. If you're challenging Todd, the Todds are against you. That is it. That's funny. But Dre, this has been fun. Fire earlier tonight. When you said that.
Sorry, just one sec, because it looks like Todd's waiting for you to start. You can start.
Oh, man. Shoot, sorry. The rules, I
15
forgot.
minutes, go. Human Torch.
Go?
Yeah, you're good to go, man.
Boom, it's on. All right, cool.
Not waiting for anybody else to be ready. So
this is exciting. Pulling Fire, earlier at the beginning, when you made the reference to Spider-Man, Human Torch, I put a card on the screen because I had it nearby, and it's like Spidey with fire on it, and that was like the closest reference I could pull. So I was like, it's like a Spidey Human Torch, you know?
Nice.
But that's about it. This is cool, man. I'm glad that we got a little extension on the show. And I think Todd, I mean, pun intended, Todd's about to bring some fire. So
nice.
Bring the heat.
Bring the heat. This is going to be good. So, I gather that Todd is the sort that can have a conversation while he puts his talents to work. The Battle Beast books. Now,
yes.
I like many people never heard of the title until what is it? The packs, right? The sealed packs. You know, that caught quite a bit of conversation in the community. Battle Beast is an image character or an image story? What is Battle Beast?
Okay, so Battle Beast is a extension of the Invincible universe.
Okay.
And he kind of he was just like I don't want to say a toss away, but he wasn't anything important, but he came across in the Invincible series kind of fairly early on, and people responded really well to him. So Ryan Otley and Robert Kirkman put him more and made him a more important character and stuff. And he's just become one of those. He's kind of in that realm of Wolverine and Deadpool, in my opinion, where they were just side characters and people were like, this guy is cool. Like, we really like him. So it was the fan response to him more than anything. And so they did a spinoff series just recently. And I mean, it's been the biggest thing for comics in a while.
Wow.
They've done like I think they did about 500,000 in sales for issue one.
Blew up.
Yeah,
that's
so
a crazy number.
Yeah, for modern comics, that's nuts, dude.
It is.
And tons of big name artists did covers for it, did variant covers for it. I was a retailer exclusive, so I wasn't an official, so to speak. Like Robert Kirkman and Ryan didn't hit me up or anything.
Gotcha.
But
who was the retailer that commissioned you, if it is, or how does?
So Jam's Fortress Comics was the primary connect.
Okay.
And then there was AC Comics, is the guy that really took my particular cover and helped blow it up.
Nice.
I mean, we only have a handful of books left, and you know, out of a 2,000 print order, so it's been great. People have been super positive on the response to it. You know, I don't necessarily consider, you know, I look at my career as something that I'm fully prepared for it to be a slow burn. And I know at some point things are going to go well, and you know, I'm not mad at where I am or where I'm going. But this one was one of those books that it definitely kicked me up a notch in the eyes of people that are hardcore collectors and you know, other retailers that have been paying attention. And I mean, it's been nuts, dude. It's been absolutely crazy. So,
man, congratulations. That's awesome.
Thanks, man.
You did a Witchblade, didn't you?
Yeah, I did a Witchblade 2 just recently.
Was that before or after?
Just before, yeah. That one dropped in mid-April, and the Battle Beast dropped just last in mid-May. So the Witchblade is more hardcore fans of Witchblade are gonna like it, but it's just not it doesn't have the same pop that Battle Beast has had. That Battle Beast has just been. It's been insane, dude.
To your point, the Battle Beast book is just such a phenomenon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah. I mean, it's great. I'm so happy for you.
No.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, very happy for you. And Todd, not to take it in to a philosophical direction or anything, but one of the things that you said where you were like, I'm perfectly fine with my career being a slow burn. Like, I'm unfamiliar with your career and I look forward to becoming familiar, right? But I'm picking up things as I'm speaking to you. And so that makes me want to ask this question about that. Like, when you say that makes me feel like you're reasonably grounded, meaning like, do you already have like this take on things where when something spikes, when there's a certain thing that really hits, and then you feel the momentum, you get more appreciation than general, you know, it's easy to get high off of that, but that high may, God willing, hopefully it lasts, right? But sometimes the high doesn't last. and you have to readjust to what might have been the normal,
Right.
condition. And so have you experienced that before, where you've had to talk to yourself and become comfortable with appreciating the highs and the lows and just being content with moving forward and doing what you believe in? Like, has that been a conversation you've had to have with yourself?
Oh yeah. I've been a freelance artist for a long time, man.
Okay.
2004 was when I first jumped into it, and I've been, I used to have that mindset of thinking that, oh gosh, if there's going to be a moment where something's going to happen, and then like it's all going to be smooth sailing from here on out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But that's just not real.
Right.
Like most of the time, you're going to be, you just can't get too high on the highs, and you can't get too low on the lows. It's all about. I'm an artist, so I sit down every day and I do art. And when something pops, great, that's cool. I'm excited for it. I'm going to ride that wave. That's one of the reasons why, like, I've been willing to do 100 friggin' remarks in the last 2 weeks.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because people are hot on it. So if they're hot on it and they want my work, then I'm gonna satisfy that need and try to make some real fans. And because it's the hardcores that support you. Like
Mm-hmm.
I've got something like 200,000 followers across my social medias, but
That's major.
only about
Remember, man.
100 or so of them actually matter.
Sure. Understand.
Because those are the ones that will actually make a phone call and say, hey dude, I was thinking, like, let's do this, and or I was wanting you to do this commission or that commission or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's I don't get too stressed about because dude, it is so unpredictable. I don't know how many times I've done a piece and looked at it and been like, oh my God, this is like, when I post this, everybody's going to lose their mind. It's going to be phenomenal, and it's sexy and it's hot, and people are going to love it. And then I post it and, nothing happens. Like,
Yeah.
maybe they respond a little bit, but they're not, it's not one of my hotter posts. And then I've had plenty of posts where I don't think anything of it. I'm just like, oh, it's just another one of my drawings. And it does. Like, my hottest one was this Spider-Man Electro, which I really liked the drawing, but I didn't think it was going to do 3 million views.
Holy cow! So it was a
Yeah.
reel of you making it?
Yeah, like if you go to my
I'll pull
Instagram,
it up now. Yeah, let's see.
I do time lapse posts on everything I do. I show the process. I talk a lot about the work. My real desire is to inspire people to follow whatever their own thing is that they love doing. It doesn't have to be art. It can be anything. I have a series that I do on my stories called Pick Something and Become a Total Badass at It.
Mm-hmm.
And and so there's it's called the Inspired Reels. And that's all about, like, you don't have to pick, like, it doesn't have to be something fancy, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be art or music or acting or any of that. It can be, you can be a badass at jump rope, or you can be a badass at bowling, or you can be a badass at being a yard guy. Like, I have a post of a guy that's just like super crisp on his edging, and I've posted videos of guys that are great at, like, big machinery breaking down a car for scraps. And I just really believe that people underestimate what they're capable of, and they sacrifice a lot of their life to for safety and comfort. And I've just never been that guy.
My man.
I starved for a long time to get to a place where I was, you know, at least in the eyes of everybody else, the real deal, you know. And so I know what it's like to struggle and to barely be making it. And I'm at 46. It's like I'm not gonna suddenly be like, oh well, I know I'm awesome and like this is all, like everybody loves me now, and so I get to act a certain way or have this inflated ego. I've struggled long enough that I know that it can go away at any moment, you know. So I'm grateful for everybody. I try to respond to all comments and conversations that come across my feed. I try to help people that ask for my help. I have a handful of guys, I get a dozen phone calls or messages a week from people that are like, hey, how do I do what you do? Show me how to do what you do.
Yeah.
And I will tell them, I'll tell every single one of them how to do it. And there's only a few that have actually taken what I've said and done something with it. And
right. Yeah.
Those guys I support wholeheartedly, and they've been, kicking ass in their own right. And it's just what I like to do, man. More than being an artist, I want to inspire others. So that's what I try to be great at, is getting people to be brave enough to take that leap and try to do the thing that they know that they actually want to do for themselves, for their lives.
Man, I'm so happy that the conversation took that sort of direction. I had a feeling you would deliver that kind of message, and you certainly didn't disappoint, man. And I respect that. I respect that perspective. I love that you've done the self work or reflecting, right? Just to know, you gotta believe in yourself. You gotta go for it. And like you said, sometimes the things that you think are going to be the big hit, they aren't. That doesn't mean you don't do the next thing. And sometimes the thing that you just thought was casually putting something together, it takes off, and you got to appreciate it all equally and be so grateful for the opportunity to deliver another piece, and I think that's the mindset you have. And I just super respect it, man. Hats off to you. That's very cool.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, I have this thing.
Sorry, just 30 seconds on the halftime.
30?
Oh, dang. Okay.
30, yeah.
Oh, dang. Should we do a second one? I'm almost done here.
Oh, yeah.
You're killing it, Todd. You're freaking killing it, dude.
Yeah,
that looks great.
So I have this thing that I say in my posts, and it comes up every once in a while, but I say, I did a perfect drawing today. Do you know what I'm going to do tomorrow? Draw another one. Mm-hmm. I did a terrible drawing today. You know what I'm going to do tomorrow? Draw another one. Like, it doesn't matter what the results are from what I did today. The only thing that matters is that I sat down at the desk and I put work in and I showed that work, and that's it. Like, I don't want to have any kind of fear of, well, this one isn't good enough. Like, that's the only thing I was bummed with Gordon when he stopped. It's like, no, dude, just like dig in.
Yeah.
And not that he's a badass. So like,
he's great.
He has his own process, and I totally respect that. But I'm just not, that's not how I operate. I operate out of, it is crazy to me, the number of pieces. Like, there's a piece of art that I've done, lots of art that I've done that I don't like, but there's a whole audience, a whole world of people out there that would like it and do like it. Mm-hmm. So I'm just the vessel that creates, and it's not my job to judge the results. That's everybody else's job to judge the results. My job is just to sit down and work and let everything else kind of come as it lies. So
wow, amazing, dude.
Thanks, man.
One thing, Todd, and I've had this conversation with other people, is that when we create something, right, as creatives, we have a vision in our head as to what we want it to look like. And then, sometimes it doesn't come out the way you envisioned it. And
most often it doesn't.
Or most often, no, or something like most.
Yeah.
Okay, it's close enough, but sometimes like this is really not what I had in mind. So the way I look at it, I look at pieces. I'm like, I really don't like this piece because this isn't what I wanted to do. But when the audience looks at it, they don't know what we were thinking. Right? They're just looking at the final result without context. It's like this is it. Like this is the piece. And they don't know that you wanted bigger arms or a different color or cast shadow or whatever it is. They just see the final product there. So it's being evaluated totally differently.
Yeah, it is somewhat of a disrespect to people that can't even come close to do something. Like, let's say I look at this and I go, the flames could be better, and maybe the pose isn't great, or I'm not super impressed, so I'm just going to throw this one away. And there's so many people that are like, how could you possibly think about throwing this away, dude? That thing is so badass. I would never, if I could do that, I would keep it. I would hang it up on the wall. I would show every person that I know that, like, how much I love it. Like, how can you? So I think there's a need to kind of just be okay with wherever you are in your artistic journey, and to appreciate when you're sucking, when you're not great, and to just know that that's not how it's always going to be. There's going to be times when you produce stuff that is phenomenal, and there's going to be times when you produce stuff that is mediocre, and everything in between. And as long as you're sitting down and putting the work in, everything else works out. Boom.
Great advice.
Oh, did you want me to actually run the timer for another 15 minutes, or you just want to do?
Yeah, give me another 15. Let me see if I can polish this up a little bit.
Wow.
All right. 15 minutes going, starting now. And let's see. There's been a couple of questions in the chat. Let me scroll down. Chat's actually quite active.
Sweet.
Manu in HD. Somebody was saying, talk more about the Turtles cover.
Oh yeah. So I did a Ninja Turtle Naruto crossover cover.
Dope.
Last fall. I think it came out in November. That was probably my first big cover, and I was thrilled because Turtles next to Spider-Man are my jam. That, like, those are my guys.
Yeah.
So that came across as an opportunity, and 10 Forward Comics helped me put that deal together, and we took it out to San Francisco Fan Expo, and it went great.
Nice.
I still have a handful of those left, and you guys can go to my website toddbeats.com and find all of my stuff. Todd Beats on Instagram. I post all of my work on all my time lapses. I do everything live on YouTube. I really like people seeing my process and being involved in that. So if anybody ever has questions about something, hit me up. I am not one of those hard to reach artists. I'm not too good for you guys. There might come a time where I am. There does get a point where it's like, God, I've got a whole lot of people hit me up right now, and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to respond, but
it's just about time. It's not about wanting to or not wanting
to.
It's just about time. That's all it is.
Yeah. So you just gotta, I've been telling people since I had 10,000 followers, there's going to come a time when I can't talk to you guys. Mm-hmm. I can't talk to everybody, but until then, if I can, I will. So I'm a big supporter of the people that support me, you know.
Yeah. So buy really expensive pieces from Todd so that you get a call back.
Well, yeah, and that's the other thing I tell people, like, get me while I'm affordable.
Yeah.
Like the prices I was charging even a year ago seem like a bargain right now. So, and that's not to be braggadocious.
No, I think it's great.
You know, I know where this whole thing is headed, and if you're a Todd Beats fan, then hop on board now, because you'll be glad you did.
Well, perhaps I've already made this clear. I am a fan, and as of yesterday, I believe, was it this morning? It might have been yesterday. Might have been this morning, but I have followed your Instagram page, and I'm happy to be there, and I can't wait. I just took a quick scroll through the reels, and the reception on your reels from the community is outstanding. And so I can't wait to see what you post, and I can't wait to actually get into that page and start going backwards and seeing what you've been posting and engaging with that content. And I look forward to seeing so much more of it, because outside of you being a talent that I can appreciate, like I've said here, it's the mindset that also resonates with me, and that develops a further connection, right? Like I could want to root for you as an artist, but it's more compelling for me to root for you as a person. And you've kind of woven both of those together for me here today. So it's very
That's
cool.
awesome, dude. That is the ultimate. It's like that's one thing I learned from my work early on, was people are way more prone to buy from a person than they are to just buy a piece of art. So you gotta, if you can get people connected to you, everything else kind of ends up working out. So I just try to be myself and honest, and you know, I there's times where I'll go through little depressive bouts, and I don't crawl into a hole and disappear. I will sit there and honestly speak to people and be like, hey man, you know, I'm just kind of in the dumps right now, no big deal, like I'm not feeling it today, but like let's still hang out anyway. And so I talk about my mental health. I talk about what I want to see for myself. I talk about what I want to see for other people. Like that's what I love, man. I'm very grateful to be where I am right now. So I'm gonna take every possible opportunity and run with it and crush it to the best of my ability.
Amazing, man.
Right on.
Amazing.
Just a couple more comments here. Somebody was asking, let's see where it was. Did Todd just say he mentors people? But I think the chat answered that.
Yeah, they did. They got into that a little bit there. Yeah, someone said he certainly does. He's very helpful.
Yeah, so like when people ask me, a lot of times they'll hit me up directly and they'll say, hey, can you teach me to do what you do? And it's like, this is what I was talking about, where I tell people, I tell everybody what to do. It's not a secret, you know. The problem is most people don't, that's not what they're really looking for. They think that there's some little secret sauce that all you got to do. Oh yeah, man. Well, actually, if you take this special elixir, you'll be very talented next day. And it's like, no, dude, like I can do what I can do because I've been drawing my entire life. And if you've only been drawing for 6 months, like you can be really naturally talented at it. And I certainly wouldn't tell anybody not to pursue what they're passionate about at all. But at the same time, you got to be realistic, man. Like sit down and draw every day for 30 minutes for 6 months and see where you end up. But you can't be like, if you don't want to draw every day for 20 or 30 minutes, then you probably don't actually want this as bad as you think you do.
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
You want, it's like you want to be a millionaire, but you think you're going to get it by buying a lottery ticket. And You know, that's
Yeah.
again, that's not how it works.
Yeah.
It's
Put in the work.
yeah, you got to
You
put in
have to.
a lot of work. It is
Well,
not
it's
an easy
10,000
craft.
hours, right?
Yeah, at
Right,
least
and
10,000
whether you subscribe to it or not, it doesn't matter. There's a certain tipping point where any repeated action becomes like a really what's the word I'm thinking? It's getting late for me. Like a notable skill, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Is it 10,000 hours, 15,000 hours, whatever, right? There's different schools of thought and different arguments for it, but you got to do it. You got to,
Mm-hmm.
like, I think that the easiest, most relatable example for most people, something that everybody understands, is that if you want to get jacked, you want to bulk up, 8-pack abs, massive arms, stuff like that, you got to be in the gym every day, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you got to
Same
eat
thing.
right, and you got to be dedicated, and you got to follow the fundamentals.
You got to
And
sleep, and you got to stretch, and you got to do all that. It's the exact same thing, right?
Yep. Absolutely.
100%. 100%. I couldn't agree more.
Earlier, when you said you wanted to toss that human torch, I think I heard Fire shit himself. Let me see what else we got.
Emperor has just asked if Fire's still here, and I assume he is. And of course, the chat just came in. He said, "Yes, sir. Just enjoying the art. It is, Todd. You're killing it. So I know Fire's loving it. It looks great, dude. It looks
thanks, man.
awesome." Dre, I'm sorry. I've been using profanity. I didn't know what the rules were about profanity on the channel. I apologize.
Oh fuck, man!
There you go. There are the rules there. I love it. I love it.
It is no need to be obscene, but normal conversation.
Course.
It's all good, right?
Of course, yes.
Todd, I remember looking at your feed, and I don't know how far back it goes, but you did a whole series of.
You were looking at my feet. Why were you staring
That's
at my
what
feet,
I heard
bro?
too.
Feed. So we're clear. I was trolling your feed looking for foot pictures, but you did a whole series of just hands, right? It's like all the turtles holding their weapons, and I'm trying to think what else, like Thor holding the hammer, like just people holding things, and that was a really cool thing. It looks like you might have gotten some attention because of that.
Oh, sure.
Right?
Yeah, that was one of my I called it the Hero Hand series, and I kind of did it on a whim because I was sick of, like, I was getting kind of at a creative lull, and I was like, oh, maybe let's see what happens if I just draw a Venom hand and see what happens. So the first one I did was Venom, and I just thought it turned out great, and everybody else liked it. And so then the next 2 weeks I did as many as I could do, and I ended up doing about, I think, 18 or 19 of them, and then auction ball off, and they all sold, which was awesome. But it was, those are the kind of challenges that I like balancing subtlety and figuring out how you can communicate. Like I did in my time as a freelancer, I did music production and video production and directing and editing and all of that stuff. So I really learned how to tell. I feel like I learned how to tell stories without speaking, so to speak, and like how to allow what you're seeing to tell a story in and of itself, or to communicate a message or to capture something. And there's a secret to editing where, like, I'll relate it to comic panels. If you can do it in 3 panels, don't do it in 7 panels. You know what I mean? So it's better to put some detail into 3 panels and to communicate that message than to overload somebody with information.
Okay. Yeah.
Learn how to pull back and not like pester people with stuff. It's one of the things I loved about the older comics that kind of I don't like as much about modern comics. is the modern comics are so detailed in their colors and their backgrounds, and like they load up so much information on these panels that it's become kind of a mess. And I kind of miss that old school 90s Todd McFarlane and Jim Lee and Mark Silvestri was a god at it, where it was like, just show me the stuff I need to see. Don't put in all this other stuff that doesn't contribute to telling the story. There's things that tell the story, and then there's other stuff, and that other stuff just doesn't belong. So if I could take just a hand and show just the hand and communicate who that character is by either the pose or, you know, Spider-Man's webs, or how he's holding his hand, or Hellboy holding his cigar, or Thor holding just the hammer, and you don't even see the whole hammer. You just see the edge of the hammer and the handle, and then you see like his chainmail. That kind of stuff I love. And it's probably because I'm naturally lazy. I don't want to sit there and do too much detail.
Your dedication to your craft really speaks laziness.
Yeah. Right. Thanks, Fred. Thanks, dude. Absolutely.
In case you're wondering, there's just under a minute left, but
yeah, I mean, I'm done. I feel like if I do too much more on here, I'm gonna overdo it.
Todd is taking a page out of his own book. The story has been told. There's no need for anything else. It is complete.
Yeah, and like I could certainly sit here and work on this for another 45 minutes and like get super extra on it. But am I really adding to it, or am I just getting detailed for the sake of getting detailed?
It looks freaking amazing. And Fire said, thought the piece looked complete after 15 minutes, but it just keeps getting better.
Yeah, hell yeah. Thanks, guys. I mean, I just love what I do, man. It's a total blast, and I still to this day am just dumbfounded that there are people that like it enough to give me money for it. So that's cool.
No, that's super dope.
Great.
Nah, dude, that's and it's just great. It's great hearing you talk about all this stuff. And someday in the chat, friend of ours in the chat, hello, he says there's plenty of time. The problem is not whether there is enough time. The problem is whether or not you have the patience to do it. And that is a quote by Todd Beats himself.
Oh, thanks, Someday.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, Someday's one of my Todderators over on Whatnot. And
there you go. Awesome,
he's been around for a minute, so he's a good.
Well, dude. Nice to meet you someday, and thanks for hanging out tonight too. That's cool.
It also looks like the chat widget's finally catching up with Facebook chats from 2 hours ago.
Oh, is that? I see. Yeah, I see some Facebook.
You see the C and the hashtag Maneuverine? That was the beginning of the stream.
That's so funny. That's funny, man. Well, a pleasure someday. Todd, amazing to meet you. Such a pleasure. Dre, thanks for putting it all together, my man.
Yeah, you as well, brother.
Guys, thanks so much for joining. It's been great. Yeah, make sure you follow everybody in the chat who, if you're not already, you're following Todd on all his channels. It's Todd Beats everywhere, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's it. And, encourage Manu, the 9.9 newsstand, to maybe one day do his own stream and start his YouTube channel. Maybe one day.
I'll do my best, guys. Thanks for keeping me encouraged. Sorry for disappointing you over and over again.
This was great. Yeah, that's it. Thanks so much. Also, look at that signature too. That's a pro all around.
Dude, the thing is so sick. Everybody have an incredible night. Thank you for hanging out.
Appreciate you guys.
Yeah. Thanks so much, everyone.